Hi, this is Nadia from Energy Star Healing. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to cleanse and to clear your home or space, or how to add some grace to your space. So about a year ago I had written a blog and it was called How to Add Grace to Your Space, and it was published on the Essential Life website. And a lot of times with blogs, they get read and then they just kind of get lost in the shuffle. So I decided to add this to my video collection here. That way you can go back and to watch it, and I can show you a couple examples of cleansing and clearing your space. So clearing and cleansing your home or space is the act of diminishing negative energy and purifying. The most common ways are burning of herbs and resins. Okay, it's been practiced by many cultures all over the world for thousands of years. Burning of sage is probably one of the most oldest and purest methods of cleansing a person, group, or a space. It is said that the ancient Celtic Druids used sage as a sacred herb, both for cleansing and both for medicinal purposes. So it's been around a really, really long time. I'm sure you've heard the idea of burning white sage. It's become pretty popular and pretty mainstream again now. So sage has a very woodsy type smell to it when you burn it. I like to call it, like when you sage your home, it kind of leaves you in that sense of like everything just feels great and just feels like it's just calm and relaxed and all the energy is restored to your home. So when burning sage, there's a few things you have to remember. You should have to try and keep pets and small children out of the room because it is very smoky, and especially for, smaller pets and for children, it's not good for them. Keep your windows open is another thing for sure when you're burning sage. And you can cleanse any room of your house, from your office space to your home. So maybe make sure, if you're going to cleanse your office space, make sure you don't have anyone in your office or anything that is very scent sensitive, because it is pretty strong. Also, you want to make sure that your boss doesn't think that you're performing an exorcism, so maybe you want to get permission first before you just go cleansing your space. There is a cleansing spray that's great for offices too, which I'll get into later, and you can actually do that one if you want to prefer, instead of burning sage in your office space. So you can purchase white sage at any holistic store. You'll have it. It comes in either a large bundle like this, you can see mine's been well used there, or it can come in a small bundle. Also comes loose, and you can buy sage in bulk as well. So you don't have to actually, the smaller one you can burn the whole thing this way and carry it around, but this actual bigger sage, if you want to burn this whole thing, if you really think you do need a lot of cleansing, by all means burn it up. But you don't have to, because this will actually go a long way. So you can actually just break off pieces of it, small pieces, and a little bit actually goes a long way. And I will show you how much smoke a tiny little piece can actually make. A small piece like this can even do an entire room, maybe even two, depending on how fast it burns. So see all the smoke that tiny little piece can make? It's pretty amazing. So yeah, you don't need to burn the entire giant bundle at once. At least save it, because you want it to last a long time. So a few things to remember when burning sage. Obviously, keep your windows open. A heat-proof plate. So you're going to need something, if you're carrying this around, to carry underneath while you're burning, because sometimes the little embers fall off the sage and they can get onto your carpet or your curtains, and you definitely want to set anything on fire. You want to be safe. Obviously, I would say be safe when you're lighting things. So the one thing, you can use a glass plate if you'd like, just any glass plate that's heat-proof. This here I got from the dollar store. It's a metal bucket and it was $1. You can fill this up with sand or with unscented cat litter if you want, and you can use that I sometimes use this and just carry this around. That way it catches all the embers, and then it'll just it gets diminished inside the cat litter, which is perfect. Keep it away from your cats. They might think it's their bathroom. A lot of people too use a conch shell with a feather, and they use that, and they put the sage in there and they just use that to blow the smoke around. You can definitely do that as well. You don't have to, so whichever you prefer as your preferred method, you can do that. Okay, and so another alternative, sorry, lost my train of thought there. If you don't like the smell of sage, a lot of people don't like the smell of sage. It's very strong. You can actually use Palo Santo. Palo Santo is like this. It's an actual little stick, and Palo Santo literally means holy wood. Okay, so it was believed that when you actually lit, the smoke from Palo Santo was both medicinal and therapeutic power. Traditionally, it was burned by the Incas, the shamans, and medicine people for healing and purifying. Palo Santo is actually a tree that grows in South America, very sacred there, and it has more of a kind of a citrusy, sweet pine sort of smell. It's really, really nice too. So you can use this to cleanse exactly the same way you would with sage or with for yourself as well. So when you're doing, when you are cleansing, so the one thing I do always do first is cleanse yourself, okay? So I always do a smudge of myself first before I decide to cleanse my whole entire house. So another great alternative is using incense sticks. So just the regular stick incense. Okay, so it's a great alternative too for cleansing and clearing your house. It has a great energy to it. You could let it burn in the room. If you're going to let it burn in a room, still don't leave incense unattended, because it can, if it happens to fall off the holder, it can still cause fire. So maybe keep it in a room where you're going to be, so you can keep an eye on it. You don't have to burn the whole stick. You can burn some of it. You could carry it around from room to room as you're cleansing and do it that way. And one thing I do suggest too, if you're going to use stick incense, buy a good quality stick incense, okay? Go to a holistic store and actually buy it there. Don't buy it from the dollar store, because the dollar store, you have no idea where it came from and what chemicals they use to put on the sticks. I always recommend using, if you're especially going to want to do this for cleansing, you want it to make sure it was made with a very good essential oil. So visit your local holistic shop. They're not very expensive at all. And you can even buy stick incense made with sage. So you can buy sage sticks as well. So that's great too for cleansing. One of my favorite stick incenses to get is Nag Champa. And that one, it's similar to a sandalwood, has an amazing smell to it. Very, very light. It's not very strong at all. It's very popular. It creates a very calm and serene atmosphere, so it is very popular among people who use it in yoga studios. It's great for meditations. It just helps create a sense of calm. It's a very good incense, so that's another one I recommend for cleansing. Lavender is a great one as well. Rosemary, sandalwood, or cedarwood. They're all great ones that you can buy. And you just kind of take your pick and see which ones will be right for you as well. Those are just some of the ones that I like. So for resins, for burning resins, which is another great way too. If you did, you would actually need a little charcoal puck, which you can buy too at any holistic store, and I will show you. So it's just a little tiny charcoal puck, which you would light. This stays very hot, but when you do that, you need to have that as well on a heat-proof plate, because this gets extremely hot, or keep it in your metal bucket. That way you can cover it with the sand or with the cat litter when you're done. So you would place that in just inside where you're going to keep it once it's lit. And then your resins, it comes in a powder form, or it even comes in, this is copal, it just comes in these little chunks here. You would actually, once it's lit, take it and set it on top of the charcoal. Watch you don't burn your fingers, and it'll light. It makes it very smoky. So you don't need too much, because resin's very smoky. So you would need just a small amount. Even if you're going to use the powdered ones, you just need like a little pinch. And that could do pretty much an entire room, almost your whole house, because it gets pretty smoky. So for where to start when you're doing your cleansing, if you do want to get kind of feng shui about it and start at the north corner of your house and get a compass out, by all means, you can go ahead and do it that way. I don't do it that way. I go by my instincts. So I start, since I live in an apartment, I start at the furthest corner of my apartment, which in my case is my bedroom. And I start with my windows. So I take my piece of incense or your Palo Santo, whatever you're using, and I just go around the windows. Small circular motion. I do the whole entire window up and around. Obviously smudge yourself first. And then I do each corner of the room. So the smoke generally will travel to the corner of the room. If for some reason you have higher ceilings and you really think you want to get right in those corners to get all the energy out of there, get a little step stool or a chair, sit on it, and then you can get right into the corners, okay? You don't have to smudge and cleanse every little inch of your room. You don't have to smudge like every piece of furniture. I mean, if you want to go to that extreme, you don't have to. It's all in your intention, and it's all in the thoughts that you're putting into it. So when you're in there, you're thinking, I'm cleansing, I'm clearing, all the negative energy is going to be gone. So as long as you do all the corners, and then I usually do the frame of the door as I'm leaving that room, okay? I do every single room. I even do the bathroom, every bedroom, living room especially. I do the kitchen, and then I end it at my front door. So I do my front door last, and I smudge the front door. Okay, so that's the best way you can do it. Obviously, like I said, smudge yourself first, and do the other thing you can do to it. You can add, as you're going through each room, which I like to do, is add a little chant or a little prayer as you're entering that room to smudge it. So depending on your religious beliefs or your background, you can add whatever chant, whatever prayer you'd like. It doesn't really matter. You can even sing a song if you'd like while you're in there doing it. So the one that I made up myself to do it. And most people know that I've been practicing Wiccan for a decade of my life. So this is the one I made up. You're welcome to use it. I'll put it in the comments, and you can use this one. You can tweak it. You can make up your own, whichever you'd like. But this is the one I wrote. It goes, bless this home and all who dwell as I cast this cleansing spell. I cleanse and clear for all to see. This house is now a home, so mote it be. So rhyming is great too because it's easy, it's fun, and you can always remember it. So I usually say that once in each room as I'm going along. Okay, so like I said, I'll add that in the comment section. You're welcome to use that little one that I made up or make one up of your own. So another great way to do cleansing is also cleansing sprays. And this way is really quick. It's not smoky, so if you're in a hurry and you really want to cleanse and you don't have time to light the sage, you can definitely use a cleansing spray. Well, this is one that I had actually purchased at Holistic Fair, which is great. You can buy them ready-made, and they're also great for aura cleansing too. So what I like to do is I kind of just spray above me and just kind of let it mist, so it kind of cleanses your aura at the same time. You know, you spray the bottom of your feet, so that way it grounds you as well. So you can buy these at any holistic store that are already made up, or you can actually make your own, which I've made my own, and it's a lot of fun, and because you're putting your own energy and your own intent into it. So what you'll need to make your own is you'll need either a glass spray bottle or a PET bottle. Now this is a PET bottle, and it's a certain kind of plastic designed to have essential oils in it. Because if you are going to use one from the dollar store, a lot of times the essential oils will actually break down the plastic because it's cheaper plastic, which ends up in your spray, which is not, it's more going to be more toxic because you have the chemicals from the plastic in your spray, which you don't want. So I'd stay away from the dollar store. Get a glass bottle if you can. Most hardware stores, I think, or craft stores might even have the glass ones or PET ones. You can buy at any holistic store, or you can order these online in bulk too. So you need one of these. You're going to fill it halfway with distilled water. Yes, distilled. Do not use tap water because tap water tends to go rancid. Okay, so use distilled, bottled, or even Brita water, something that's filtered. Okay, so you fill it halfway with that, halfway with witch hazel, which you can buy at any pharmacy. So you don't need to go to a holistic store. Any pharmacy sells witch hazel in their first aid section. So you add that. Okay, give it a little shake. You can add crystals to it that are good for cleansing negative energy. So the ones that I like to use in mine are either smoky quartz, amethyst, black tourmaline. Black tourmaline is my favorite one, or clear quartz even. So you can add a couple of those in here, and obviously cleanse the stones first before you're going to put them in here. So add that in there. And then you're going to add essential oils 1 drop at a time. Okay. So you can add, if you want to do sage, because sage is fantastic for cleansing, obviously. You can add 4 to 8 drops of sage oil. And then you can add 2 to 4 drops of any other kind of essential oil of your choice. So some of the ones that I like to use are either eucalyptus, clove, lemon, rosemary, cedarwood, peppermint, or lavender. Okay, so all those are great cleansing and clearing type of essential oils. So you can mix 2 together and play around with the scents if you'd like lemon and cedarwood and sage are really, really great together. So just kind of play around with the scents and see which ones you like better. Okay, so then 2 to 4 drops of any one of those essential oils. Again, I will put those in the comments so that way you can have your pick of those, and I'll even write what each one does in terms of cleansing. So once you've done that, you give the bottle a gentle shake. And then you want to do is, before you decide to use it, hold the bottle in your hands and kind of picture a white light. So use your visualization, picture a white light surrounding the bottle to cleanse it. You can use your Reiki energy if you're a Reiki practitioner on it. You can even set the bottle and put quartz crystals all around it and leave it there for 24 hours so that the crystal healing will actually cleanse the mixture. So each time you're going to use it, just give it a gentle shake just to kind of break up the essential oils. And then you can do the same thing, spray each corner of the room. You can spray yourself. If you're a Reiki or healer, it's great after sessions, in between sessions of clients, if you have a day where you have a lot of clients, because you don't always have time to burn between each client. So you can give the table a quick spray and it gets rid of the negative energy. It's fantastic. I love it. So, and then store this in a cool and dark place, okay? That way it doesn't get any damage from the sun or any type of temperatures. And another great cleansing method is also by sound. Okay, so what you can do if you have a singing bowls are fantastic. You don't have to cleanse them ever because they're always you know, they go by sound. So you can go to each room and you can have your singing bowl, and just the sound alone will cleanse each room. You can use binaural beats. So binaural beats, you can go on YouTube, and it's different sounds that are mixed up together, and they do have a lot. You can just look for binaural beats for cleansing or for clearing, and trust me, there are thousands on YouTube. So you can have that, and you can play that music if you'd rather do it by sound. So that's another incredible way. Singing and chanting are obviously great ways too, because you're putting your own energy and you're putting your own intent. It's very powerful. Okay, so if you want to do a singing or chanting type of clear in that way. Okay, so those are the couple bunch of ways that you can do for cleansing and clearing your space, or to add grace to your space. So again, if you have any questions or any comments you want to make, just feel free to write them in the comments section. You can send me a message on Facebook if you have any other ideas about cleansing and clearing, or any questions you have regarding that. All right, so that's it for today. Like I said, do whatever feels right to you and use your instincts when doing this, okay? So your instincts are always going to be correct. All right, so I hope you enjoy your day, and remember to channel your energy star, because what do stars do best? We shine. Have a great day.